Good morning to all you young Restless fans. Justin Clement here, and I'm here today to give all of you a spoiler for today's episode of CBS daytime drama Young Restless. I'm going to read it to all of you. So here it goes. Outside the cabin, Nick chops wood with an axe and swigs whiskey from the bottle. He flashes to confronting Sharon about what she done to him in summer. He recalls her saying she's so sorry and leaving her in the park. The dog appears. He invites him outside. Nick finds some old alcohol and wonders if it can go bad. He drinks it anyway. It's like pink dinner. Nick complains to the dog about women. They go back outside. Nick complains about his life being blown. And then, inside the cabin, Nick sees Amy Wilson. Amy tells him it was her first love, and even though he just liked her, she's not sorry they made love. Laughter rings out. Made love so sweet, like pink cotton candy, which can make people sick to their stomach. It's Grace. She talks about Nick crushing Amy's heart, how she was there to pick up pieces from him. Nick acknowledges Grace. She always showed up when his head went on straight. They discuss Sharon. Grace says he was willing to cheat. The question is why. They talk about Nick's parents hating Sharon and Victor. Victor will never forgive her for burning down the ranch. Nick wonders if he was trying to prove something to Victor about reconciling with Sharon. Sharon appears. She said it wasn't anything like that. It was just love. And then outside, Nick slurs to the dog that it's pretty trippy, like they're really in there. He hears noises and goes inside. Phyllis is playing video games. Nick joins her. She muses that he likes the challenge. Yes, like you. They wonder what went wrong. Phyllis said maybe love is like a merry-go-round. Nick wonders if they can jump back on. Phyllis doesn't think Nick wants that. Then Avery appears. They debate how in love with Nick was. Phyllis points out Avery loves someone else. Nick complains about Phyllis sleeping with Ronan. He says they both betrayed him. Phyllis and Avery protest that he's not exactly St. Nicholas. He has all the things to answer for. Avery says he's on trial and the court is in session. All women seated in the room. Avery accuses him of callously breaking hearts with his careless declarations of love. They flash to Nick hurting Amy because he can't get Sharon out of his head. Bill says he couldn't care about her either. He was obsessing over Sharon. Avery reminds him he promised to love forever. He flashes to their wedding. Nick admits he didn't keep his promise. Nick recalls he walked out and confronting him about still loving Sharon. Nick protests he doesn't regret Faith and Summer being in this world. Avery accuses him of emotional polygamy. Nick says Avery loved Dylan and Phyllis loved Jack. Avery calls her star witness, Sharon Collins Newman. And then outside, Nick swigs a beer. Sharon appears. He says he's made so many mistakes, made so many promises he hasn't kept. She says it's about being human. They flash their wedding. Nick says she didn't trust him with things from the start and lists secrets she kept from him. Sharon was scared and felt she didn't deserve him. Nick says she tested him constantly. He's tired and it all led to her devastating his kid. She's so sorry. He has to keep his distance or they'll end up in the same place. Sharon wants to forgive each other. Nick says, not this time. He won't love any woman again. Inside, Nikki asked, "Any woman, sweetheart?" She talks about it. Hurts when you love so deeply. She warned him about Sharon. They flashed to her saying girls is like Sharon being more trouble than they're worth. Nick says if he listened to her, his life would turn out differently. Nicky reminds him he has a lot of joy along with the pain. Nick flashes to buying the underground with Avery, making up with Phyllis, and Sharon telling him why she loves him. Nick says every relationship he had crashed and burned. He asked, "Everyone?" Outside, Summer and Faith laugh and play. Nick joins them. Raya appears. She's going to hurl. Nick says she is part of the family. Raya is all for him giving up women. Summer insists that he believes in love. Nick says it's not that simple. All the women appear. They urge him not to give up on love. Nick says it would take an act of God to make him go there again. He shouts, "I'm done!" and wakes up in a cabin with the dog. They go outside and Nick gets his leg caught in a beer trap. So that's my spoiler for all you young Restless fans. Hope all of you will enjoy today's episode. And all you have to do is subscribe to me, Justin Fleming. I can give you updates of what's going on and what's happening on the Young Restless. I'm out of here. Peace.